Good morning, friends. Glenda Mollett here, and welcome to my craft room. It is bright and early on Monday, September the 30th, and we are stamping in my craft room today. Just getting over to Facebook. Ooh, what is Facebook doing? Oh no, I can't scroll. Oh my Lord. Instead of scrolling, it is making my screen bigger and smaller. How does this happen? I don't understand. Oh well, we are going to be stamping with the Changing Leaves bundle today. And I have got a really fun, it's a fun fold, but it's a technique. And I thought I shared this on the weekend with some demonstrator friends, and I showed it a while ago with my team. So I thought I would share it with you guys today. There, I've got everything up and going. I still can't scroll over there on Facebook though. Maybe if I turn my mouse off and on again, it will reset things. Nope. Oh my good Lord, Facebook. What are you doing to me now? Anyways, let's just carry on with life and we will go. I'm live on my Facebook page. I've got it shared to my VIP group and it's on YouTube. So anybody can see it anywhere. So welcome to my craft room this morning. I'm a little bit frazzled because I was slept in a tad this morning and I was not ready. I was all ready and then realized I didn't do the list for Shared Saturday. So I had to do that. And I've got it and we're ready to go. But I still haven't finished my coffee. In fact, I haven't even barely started it. Okay, let me flip you around. I put a list of the 3 events I've got available for registration in the description of the video. The first one closes October the 4th. That's the Ornament class. Then I've got the Changing Leaves class, which I'm using today, and the Winter Treetops class. Now, Changing Leaves is not a Christmas class. The Winterly Treetops is November's Christmas class. So they are open and you can get all the details by following the links in the description of my video. And good morning. Here we go. Oh, that's the kit. You don't want to see that. You want to see the cards. So I've got 3 different cards for you today that all use the same. They're all the same. And they just use different cardstock. Oh man, it's early this morning. It is only 9:30 here on the west coast of Canada. And it is a holiday. Today is Indigenous Truth and Reconciliation Day in Canada. So we may not get anybody joining us. I know there's lots of walks going on across Canada. We have one here in town that starts in about 20 minutes, and they're walking from our high school to one of the Indigenous gymnasiums and down the highway, and it's going to take 2 to 3 hours for people to get there. So it's quite the walk. Last year they had over 1,000 people. So I will go once I'm done here. I'm going to go and watch them go past the end of our road just to see what's up. So it's called Orange Shirt Day as a short. So I've got my orange shirt on in support of Indigenous Truth and Reconciliation Day. Okay, here's the card we're going to make. This one uses Berry Burst and some basic white. And I didn't get them out. One of the gold woven golden leaves, and I'll tell you about those in a sec. The dies, the rest of the dies for the Changing Leaves bundle, and this uses the Glimmer specialty paper, which is an online exclusive. So it comes in Berry Burst, Old Olive, and white. So I've used the Old Olive and the white here. Then, and I'll show you the inside. The inside is very elegant and plain. So then I did one using our new two-tone cardstock. Now, Stampin' Up, since it's incorporation with close to my heart, has taken on the challenge to give us two-tone cardstock for all of our colors. We have a few now. I shared them last week in one of my Facebook Lives. There are probably somewhere around 10 at the moment, and they have promised us that they will be coming in all of our colors, including the in colors. They come in 12 by 12 sheets, but you just cut it down and then you use the leftovers for other stuff, right? This one uses petal pink. Now, you can see I use the dark on the front and fold it over to show the lighter side on the other side. And I use the same papers for this one and just chose a different leaf for the inside. And then this one I also made up with the two-tone cardstock. And this one is in Gorgeous Grape. Hi, Janet. And it uses different glimmer paper. This is Gorgeous Grape, and this is Pretty Peacock. And I can't remember what the name of it is, and I didn't write it down. So we have, I think there's 3 different packages of glimmer paper sets available right now, which I love. So I used a bit of the purple, still added the woven leaf, and stamped the inside. Today, I am going to use chocolate chip. Where did that little piece of history come from? Oh my goodness. Let me take a drink of coffee. See, I haven't even started my coffee yet. Hello, Peggy. Peggy's in Michigan, so it's afternoon there for her. Yes, I am not, and it is not, and it's bright and early. Okay, I wanted to use early espresso and do exactly the same card using early espresso. So there's the difference between the cardstock. This is the light and this is the dark. So I have light folded over to show dark. I have dark folded over to show light. And I think I'm going to do the dark with the light folded over, because then you're going to get the full effect of that nice, dark, rich, early espresso cardstock. Now, if anybody wants to order this cardstock, the only place you can find it at the moment is in our scrapbooking brochure. So if you need the link to this, let me know. You can also go onto the online store and search for scrapbook. So Garden Green, Pool Party, Real Red, and Basic Black. And then if you go into where all the kits are, you can buy the whole kit all together. But on the next page, you can also buy two-tone cardstock. And this one's in Real Red, Granny Apple, Garden, Espresso, and Pecan. So each of the kits comes with coordinating packages of 12 by 12 cardstock. So I made sure I got all of these so that I would have as many different colors as I could. And I'm not going to use them just for scrapbooking. As you can see, they do make awesome cards. There's just one thing I need to tell you about them. They are not as thick as our normal 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and definitely nowhere near as thick as the vanilla and white thick cardstock. So if you do decide to use this cardstock for a card base, see how easy it folds. Make sure that you have extra pieces on the front and the inside to stabilize your cards and make it a little bit stronger. So this technique is really good because I add a whole extra piece on the front, and that gives you a nice firm front. So now it's the same weight as our cardstock. When I emboss a full card front, I don't ever, doesn't matter what cardstock I'm using, I don't ever emboss the card base itself, because that just breaks down your fibers in your cardstock and weakens it. So just a little tip there. So I'm going to put these off to the side. Let's keep the petal pink one in front of me just so you can see where I'm going. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my early espresso. Oh, I will be using early espresso ink. I have to move my coffee cup because it's in the way. And then the Changing Leaves hybrid bundle. So this is a bundle. It's called hybrid because you can emboss. You can emboss with the embossing folder. You can die cut with the dies. And if you can take this big one and fit it inside your embossing folder like that and cut and emboss at the same time. So that's why it's called a hybrid embossing folder. And then it has this amazing stamp set with it. And the dies will cut these out. But I love the sentiments in this set. So we'll be using that. And I'm going to finish it off with some iridescent pearls and the woven golden leaves. Hi, Peggy. Thanks for sharing. These leaves, there's 75 in a package, and I think there's 3 different sizes. And of course, if I pull them all out, I'm going to end up with all the same size. But there is different ones. And you can, I'll just leave that one out because I'm going to use it anyways. You can color these with our Stampin' Blends, and you can texturize them. Come on, back in there. I don't want to destroy any of them. So you can, you can color with our Stampin' Blends, and you can take them and rumple them up, flatten them out, and give them a little bit of texture. Now, the package says these are peel off, but they're not peel off. Oh, that sounds funny because they're not rice either. Peel off, rice peel. Never mind. It's early in the morning. They are not peel off. You can take your Tombow and a sponge and add a bit of glue on the back, but I'm just adding a glue dot to the bottom and hiding it in behind. So let me grab my adhesives because I forgot to do that too. Holy man, I'm not having a very good start to my day. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece of early espresso 2-toned cardstock, and I'm going to emboss the front. Now, I do want to tell you one important thing. When you emboss our regular cardstock, you will not get white bits because this is colored right through the core. So this is I think it's a dipped process to get this. Anyways, it colors right through the core. The new 2-tone cardstock has a white core, so you will get, and you'll be able to see them really good on this cardstock. You will get white areas where if your embossing folder is one of the deep 3D ones. And then I just took a sanding block. Oh, I didn't do it to this one. Interesting. I just took a sanding block to this one and enhanced those white spots a bit. Okay, so enough talking. Be quiet and do some card making. And you can choose anywhere on here. And I don't have the die in here. This is embossing folder only. Okay, take that off there. Switch my machine. Now, to use this embossing folder, this is a 3D thick embossing folder. So you need platform number 1 and platform number 4. And it's the same sandwich, whether you have the die in it or not. Now, I'm not using the die I'm not using the die in here today. But if I have time at the end, I will grab some cardstock and I will show you how it works. So there we go. There's the embossed. Now you can see where it has broken the outside color cover and you're getting some white core show through. I like that. I think it's fun. Now, what I'm going to do now is take my ruler and I'm going to measure down about 2 3/8 of an inch. If I can find my pencil. Uh-oh. How can I function without my pencil? It is. So 2 3/8 of an inch is right about here. And I'm going to go diagonally and do that fold. And the easiest way I found, you can put it in your paper trimmer and score it if you want. But this works just as fun. Good. So I'm just folding it over the edge of my ruler and then folding it down. And I'm not going to go along the top because I don't want to show the white edge just in case something happens and I end up going through that thin coating of color on the outside. Okay, so now when you fold it over, you can see you have the dark down here and the light up there. What? What a good idea, eh? Now, I can also take a sanding block. If you don't have a sanding block, we sold these years and years and years ago, and I still have mine. Oh, I don't know where I put it. But if you don't have that, you can take like a very fine emery board or a piece. Oh, there it is. You can take just a fine emery board and use the emery board on it to see how it just picks up. You go lightly over top of it. You can, whatever is highest will get the sanding and you'll end up with some really cool effects. And with this one, I can take it and be a little bit more strategic where I'm doing it. Say I want it down the center of that. There. So if you want to enhance those white bits a little bit, just grab something sandy-ish and do it. You can use really fine grit sandpaper too, if that's all you have. Okay, so we have that piece. Now that was 5.5 by 4 1/4, so that's a full card front piece. This piece of white is 4 1/4 by 2.5, and it's going to go in behind. So the reason I measured down 2 3/8 is this is 2.5. So when I put this on my card front, I made it too wide because you know me, I always cut it off. When you put it on your card front, you're going to have enough there that it's not going to be like up here like this. That would not be a good thing. So I'm going to run this through my embossing machine as well. So you just pick a spot, any spot. I think I'll just do right here in the corner. Remember, that's the only part you're going to see is the top right corner. I would like that to show, but it's not, I can't get my cardstock in there. So if I do there, let's do that. All right, so I'm going to run that through my machine now as well. They still sell those kind of file blocks in the nail section of a store. Oh, what a good idea. I've never been into the nail section of a store because I don't do my nails. But thanks, Peggy. That's an awesome tip. Okay, so there's my white piece for underneath. So that's going to go there right onto my card base. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 2 by 2. And I'm going to die cut. One of the things I like about this die set is it has sentiment piece dies as well. So I'm going to cut out the circle out of that one. And then we have all of these. So I'm going to make that for the sentiment, that for the circle. And I'm using some of the oxidized copper paper here because I wasn't sure what color would go with early espresso, but I like that. And I still have some of the white glimmer paper, and I'm going to cut one of those, and I'm going to cut one of those. All right. Now I got to switch my machine back. to die cutting. We'll get these on there. So did everybody have a good weekend? Did you do anything exciting? My weekend was very busy. Oh, I just want to say a very special shout out to our friend Nadine in Texas. Please keep her in your prayers for me. I'm not going to say any more than that other than she needs our prayers at the moment. All right, I'm going to cut that. And does anybody have relatives in Florida or North Carolina where they had that horrible tornado Helen drop in? I saw a few pictures and oh my God, such devastation out there. Oh, Peggy went to Ohio to be with her granddaughter on her birthday. That's awesome. Okay, I have my die cuts all done. Yes. Hugs and prayers to our friend Nadine. I need my pokey tool. Where did my pokey tool go? Okay, stop singing, Mullet. People do not appreciate my songs. All right. That one. And that one. And that one. Those away. With that. I know I should cut my brush out. It would have been faster, but you know. There. I think those colors are going to be all right on there. What do you think? Good color choice? All right, now this one, the circle that's in behind there, I did emboss that as well. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put, what shall we do? I want lots of texture on it. There, let's do it right there. Good amount of texture on it. Oop. Of course it's not where my fingers are. And remember, when you emboss something that you want die cut, you always do your die cut first and then you're embossing, because otherwise, when you run it through the embossing, the die cut machine, if you emboss first, you will flatten out your embossing. And then you have to emboss it all over again. Okay. Oh. There we are. That's embossed. Okay. We'll stamp the sentiment and I'm going to use some early espresso. This cleaning up here so I can move things over. Get my ink pad in here. Early espresso ink, and I'm going to use that same saying because I like that saying. I think it's perfect for so many cards. Thinking of you. Get well soon. Just because. And the inside. Now I did get a stamping paper out already. It's a hot dog oriented card, and I want to use this great big huge stamp on it. But I'm going to stamp the whole thing. Just like that, and then move it and stamp it again. I like doing the ink stamp technique, especially on the insides and envelopes, because it gives you two-toned, which is what our cardstock is now. Wow, that's cool. Okay, stamp, pick up, move, stamp again. Now, what you will find if you, can I do this? If you, I can do it on here because it's going on to same color cardstock. So if you ink it up, stamp it, and you can see how there's still quite a bit of ink here and here because it's stamped on the cardstock, not on my stamping paper. So if I took that now, that one, and stamped it again for second generation, these two would work because they stamped the whole thing. But this one, you're going to get this funky two-toned leaf down here because that's still full inkage, and the second generation inkage is off of the part of the stamp that didn't stamp the first time. So just make sure that when you're doing your ink stamp technique, you pay attention to that line. Okay. Now, we're going to put the card together. Step 1 is attach your 2.5 by 4.25 inch piece to your card base. Now, remember that I cut mine bigger because then I can cut it off and don't have that don't have anything showing through if it doesn't go all the way across. So I'm just going to make sure my card opens the way I want it to and line this up right at the very top. And now, because I've made it a little bit bigger, it's going to go right from side to side. And all I need to do is just trim off the excess. 99.9% of the time I do this. There is the exception to the rule, just like there is in everything. Okay, there we go. So that's on and trimmed. And now we're going to take the card front that we embossed and sanded, and we're going to attach it to there. And you see it's long enough that that's going to cover up. And you don't waste too much cardstock because there's like less than a quarter of an inch there. So I'm going to go right to the very edge with my adhesive. So hubby and I are thinking of going to Tofino today, but it's all going to depend on where the Truth and Reconciliation Walk is, because it's going to go right down the highway on the way to Tofino that we need to go on. Okay, so I'm lining this up along the bottom. Come on, let's do it this way. Lining it up along the bottom and then just pushing it down the rest of the way. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals. Good morning, Alice. Oh, well, you can always go back and watch the replay. I don't know why Facebook is, it's Facebook. What can I say? Now, I like lots of dimensionals when I'm doing this because I want it to stay down, but I also want it to stay popped up a bit. So that's why I'm using dimensionals. But you could use just adhesive if you want, or you can leave it so that it's not stuck down at all. So there we go. Now we're going to decorate. So first thing to go on is my gold leaf. And I'm going to use a glue dot for that. I'm creating this card. It's a front fold over card, and I'm using our new two-tone cardstock. All right, so the gold leaf is going to go on first, and we'll put it out there. Just make sure you don't put it out past where your card ends, because you won't get it in your envelope. I got to take a drink. Hang on, please. Oh, all right. I should have put adhesive on the back of these while I was doing other stuff, but I didn't. So let's just grab these and my Tombow multi-purpose glue. So yesterday I had my September scrapbooking class, and the ladies came and made Halloween pages. That was fun. And then some of Ted's family came in to town to do the last train ride of the year. So we all had dinner together. So are you sitting down? I had to cook yesterday because Ted was on the train. And we needed to have an early-ish dinner because some of them had to catch a ferry. So that was my day yesterday. After dinner, I sat down. When everybody went home, I sat down and had a nap. Okay, so the long, skinny white one is going to go on here like that. And then we have the oxidized copper. It's going to go here like that. And then the white leafy one in the center there like that. Oh, I love those colors together. They're so fall-ish. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back of my embossed circle. And that's just going to go right. Let's just angle that a bit. Oh, that's cool. Look, it's kind of mimicking that. Maybe I don't want it. Maybe we'll do it this way then. I don't want it to kind of have a flow with the embossing on there. So I'll just turn that. Because it's a circle, I can. Now this is going to go down flat right there. But I'm only putting adhesive on this amount because I don't want it to get pulled down, because there's a different level on that cardstock. So we'll just put it right about there. Let's see if it's straight. Nope. There we go. Now we get to put the inside in. And look at this. It is only been a half an hour. So you could whip up a whole bunch of these cards in no time at all. Use any embossing folder you have. It still does exactly the same technique. Hello, Eva. It looks pretty simple, but so pretty. Have this bundle and love it. Fall is my favorite time of the year. I love all the cards you make, and you give me some great ideas. Oh, thank you, Eva. I love fall too. I love the colors. And we have a gully, and our gully is full of maple trees. And as long as it's a dry year, we get some gorgeous oranges and browns and reds out there. If it's a wet year, it's not quite so pretty because they go mushy before they go have the colors in them. But I love my gully. I love my gully. All right, let's stick a pearl here and stick a pearl up there. And then we'll stick one more pearl way down here like that. There we go. We're done. The card is finished. So we have 4 samples for you now. There's the petal pink one at 2-tone cardstock, dark and light. Early espresso, 2-tone cardstock, dark and light. Gorgeous grape, 2-tone cardstock, light and dark. And the original one I made with berry burst using our regular cardstock. Oh, thanks so much, ladies. You're so kind. If you are enjoying my video, please hit those emojis at the bottom. And oh, hello, Valerie. Hit those emojis. Let Facebook know you like my video, and it will push it out to more people. Hang on. I have to take another drink. Oh, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button. That's right about that big red subscribe button there, and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Good morning, Jackie. Wow. 10 o'clock seems to be the time when people. Absolutely, Valerie. Valerie's going to try it with Seaside Wishes. Perfect. So it seems like 10 o'clock is a good time for people. Maybe I might just adjust my time slot in January and go to 10 instead of 9:30. That will give me an extra half an hour to wake up. Because sometimes 9:30 just is not my friend. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you live in Canada, happy National Reconciliation, Truth and Reconciliation Day. Wear your orange shirts in support. There's lots of marches going on all over the country today. You can participate in one of those. If you live outside of Canada, search for Canadian Indigenous Truth and Reconciliation Day, and you'll find out what it's all about. Hello, Karen, and thank you. Thanks, Janet. All right. Has anybody got any questions before I say a goodbye? The registration for the ornament class ends on Friday. The other two classes, you still have a couple of weeks yet. And I will be doing a I don't know what card I'm doing on Thursday. I'll have to find out. It's a fun fold of some sort or other. Anyways, I might have done Thursday's card today. Who knows? I'll come up with something, and I will see you Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, and we will have another stamping time. And don't forget, as I said earlier, keep our friend Nadine in your thoughts and prayers, please. And I will have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon in my craft room. Stamping Smiles. Bye for now, everyone.